Good news, YouTube! Kentucky Fried Air back. Had a good vacation. I did go to Alabama on vacation. So, of course, there was a lot of southern charm to it. Good times. Lots of beach to be had. Little Air got his first chance in the waves and the sand. I can't do that for the whole episode. I'm not even good at it anymore. I have to be playing... Follow the Samurai to kind of hear the guy so I can imitate him a little better. I really don't have a southern accent. I live in the American South, but for those of you maybe from outside the U.S., I grew up in Oklahoma, and Oklahoma's, I guess, technically in the American South, but it's not like the Southeast South. And to be honest, not many people in the Southeast even really have like one of those old-timey proper southern accents. It's more of a new age type southern accent. In Oklahoma, you're more likely to run into what I would call a cowboy accent, or there's also another version that I call a hick accent, but not really a big draw to the way most people talk there, to be honest. It kind of just depends on where you're at. Arkansas probably has a little bit different accent. That's where I live now. The two are quite similar, but I guess an accent is just what you make of it, since to the person speaking that way, it doesn't seem all that different to them. So, in any case, yep, Kentucky Fried Air back in the Attila campaign. Happy to be here. Hope y'all enjoyed the videos while I was gone. Some of you may notice that the videos were closer to 25 minutes in the campaign. That was definitely partly due to the fact that I was on vacation, but it's also going to be similar when I'm home. And I know some of you don't like that, and sometimes they may be a little longer. And I will try to make the Carthage campaign longer, since right now it's just once a week. It won't be once a week forever, folks, so hang in there. I just have a lot of stuff to get done. So I make them shorter like that so that I can bring you content every day. If I stop and play an hour-long episode, that means that I wouldn't be able to release these every day, which means you have to wait longer to see one, which I know some of you would like, but other people don't. And then I'm just doing it so that you can have it on a daily basis, and it'll be nice, watchable chunks. And then it helps me to get you videos on a daily basis so that you have something new and fresh every day, which is what I'm trying to do. So some of you wanted to know my thoughts, and I'll just go ahead and kick this off real quick, and I won't count this against the time of the video, but I can go ahead and get started with a few things, but I still won't count it against the time of the video. I did see the news of the new Attila DLC. I still haven't gotten to read a lot about it right now, but I think it's the last Roman campaign. I'll put a link in the description. I'll go read up on it. I haven't had a big chance to read it yet. A little bit here and there, obviously focusing... Yeah, I honestly haven't even read it. I'll just look it up real quick. I'll tab out and go over here to the browser before I end up telling y'all wrong. Yeah, sorry, I should have pulled this up beforehand, but I didn't realize how very little I knew about it at the moment. Yeah, I've just been busy getting back into work. I haven't had time to read up on it, so I'll just go pull it up, and like I said, I'll link to it. And if you don't want to watch this, I'll have a comment where you can skip through to it. So before you make that comment like, don't do this at the beginning of the video, just make a separate video. It's just easier for me to do it here, and that's why I do it. So if you don't like it, like I said, I have a comment where you can skip it. All right, so it is called The Last Roman, and it says, let me give you a little background on it here. I'm going to slide my timer out of the way real quick. So the background is it's AD 533. Within the last century, the Western Roman Empire has been wiped from off the face of the earth. And I'll pull up Attila so the music comes back on. However, the final bastion of Rome's glory lives on in the Roman Empire in the east. This still formidable power dreams fitfully of regaining its lost grandeur. Emperor Justinian knows there is but one desperate gamble left, an ambitious and dangerous venture to recover what is rightfully his, to reconquer the West before all that Rome stood for is lost to history. The task is Herculean. With barbarian kingdoms now established and thriving throughout the Mediterranean, there is only one possible man to lead such an expedition. His father's former bodyguard, hero of the Battle of Dara, and ruthless suppressor of the Nika riots, Belisarius, is the final hope of a dying empire. So yes, that is the... I'm just scrolling down here a little bit. So the campaign map focuses on the Western Mediterranean. It's similar to the Hannibal at the Gates campaign map, but a little bit bigger. But they said the size of it is actually the same size as the Grand Campaign, so there must be a lot of settlements on it. But Right now, we know of some of the playable factions. They've mentioned, I think, the Frankish Empire and the Ostrogoths, but we can see the Roman Expeditionary Force that will be on the map, obviously, and then we can see Visigoths, Sardinians, the Burgundians, Basques, Swabians, Berbers, Moors, the Vandal Empire, and the Langobards, and the Bretons as well. So you've got all these different factions, and you can play as some of the different factions, but the one that you can play as is Belisarius. You're part of a Roman expedition that's similar to a horde, but apparently has some new unique mechanics that will make things interesting. The playable factions right now look like the Roman Empire, the Franks, the Vandals, Ostrogoths, and the Visigoths. So that's the playable ones as far as what we can see in the pictures, and I'm just taking this straight off the website, and I'll link you all to it. There's new technologies and buildings, new units. The Roman Expedition has different units and new stuff as well, which should be interesting. New units for the Vandals, for the Ostrogoths, all that kind of stuff. So I will bring you maybe a more detailed look at it when the time gets closer. I'll send CA an email and see if I can try and get access to it early. I do have a business trip at the end of the month. And let me get you the release date just real quick before I forget it. Let me pop this back over there in the screen. Okay, so the release date is June 25th. I will not be on the trip on June 25th, so just keep an eye out. I will get it to you, and like I said, I don't know if it'll happen or not, but I'll ask Creative Assembly if maybe I can get an early look at it so I can start reviewing it for you all. Sounds interesting. There's also a patch coming with it. We don't know the details of the patch just yet. At least I don't think we do. I'll check the patch updates while I'm on here. It's kind of impromptu, but hey, whatever. We'll just get it done. Total War Attila. And we'll go to update notes. Blood and Burning Conflict. Yep, no notes up yet on what the patch will be like, but obviously we all have hopes there. I'm not going to get into details. I just want to wait and see what they did, and then we'll check it out. Let's jump into the episode. That's enough chat about that. We got this Afrigid army out here, and the Afrigids are going to be a little bit of trouble because diplomacy-wise, let's take a look at the Sassanids to see who their client state or their puppet states are. So the Sassanids have only a few puppet states, really, not as many as they could. So Aria, Parthia, Macron, and Arbashahar, whatever, I can't pronounce any of these. The Afrigids are simply their military ally, so they won't necessarily quit fighting when we subjugate the Sassanids, so that's something important to understand. But we are very close to subjugating the Sassanids. They have been beaten to a pulp. My income is now back up a little. The main reason my income had dropped down low was, as the viewers had pointed out to me, it's because Mediolanum is under siege by the Alamans, and it is cutting off my trade with what's left of the Western Romans. It looks like I'm going to have to mop up all that mess. I just haven't focused much on it as of yet, which is fine. I'm not in a big hurry. I really want to settle the score in the East so that I can focus my attention in the West. Should be a very interesting and epic campaign. It's nowhere near over. I don't know if I'll really get to do it or not. I'd like to conquer the whole map. I've never done that in a Rome campaign. Not on YouTube, just I've never done it. I don't know that I will. I'm just saying that it's a possibility. Obviously, I want to bring you gameplay from the last Roman campaign too. Doesn't necessarily mean that I'm going to quit anything. I'd like to kind of get this... I want to keep everything going. It's just that, whenever they drop a new campaign, I want to show it to you, but I don't want to drop the old ones either. So we'll kind of figure it out as we get there. I don't know what I'm going to do just yet. We'll figure it out. Let's attack the Afrigids. They actually want to stand and fight me. And they've got a pretty substantial cav force here with 6 Persian mounted warriors. But their infantry is just complete dog crap. And this is probably a Lockman scout or something. And they really don't have any skirmishing contingent either. So I don't see this probably going very well for them. Once their Persian mounted warriors are dead, this army is going to fall very quickly. And, they're in a fort, which is even worse. So yeah, that's probably going to take away a lot of their striking power with the Persian mounted warriors. So yeah, that's not a very good decision either. I'll just surround the fort, come from all directions, and pound my way in. There's no way they'll be able to stop me from every direction with the pitiful infantry that they have. I'm going to go ahead and let it rain, I think. It makes my guys more tired, but well, doesn't really make much of a difference at all, actually. Let's go ahead and start deployment. Yeah, this shouldn't be a big deal. Let's just, let's get a couple of Armored Legio going towards every entrance. There's 4 entrances. I want to go ahead and split up and surround the fort, as would make sense if someone had fortified a wide open position like this. You wouldn't think that in real life they would actually fortify a wide open position. I don't know if they would or wouldn't. I'm not an ancient commander and can't tell you. Let's see. Let's put a spear unit with each of these groups as well. I am excited to see what the patch changes about Attila. I think I'm more excited for the patch than I am the DLC. Not to say that I'm not excited for a DLC. I mean, don't get me wrong. I feel like sometimes there's been too much DLC too fast on recent releases of Total War. However, and sometimes the DLC disappoint me a little, to be quite honest. That said, I'm never not excited for DLC. I want new things in the games I like. I guess it just depends on the manner in which the DLC is developed and released and all that kind of stuff that sometimes upsets me. Because, I mean, I think I speak for a lot of us when I say that, hey, I mean, we don't mind new quality content coming for a game. I think that's just the big problem. Some people don't feel like it's always been as quality as it may have been when games released in the past. So, obviously, there's no need to get in a big discussion about the gaming industry. We've had that discussion before. Let's see what they got here. So they're going to fire at my units over here with their onagers. They'll probably get a fair number of kills because I got a group of infantry here.
Keep him alive.
And the towers are going to be pretty damaging here, unfortunately. I may peel the spears off to go try and burn the towers. No, just the spears, please. Okay. Just the spear infantry. Pull forward. Yeah, the towers are going to get a considerable number of kills. Just going to go into Testudo with my Palatina Guard. I'm going to attack the Mercenary Persian Brigade. Going to move up with the skirmishers, lay down a little fire. Gonna push forward over here with the Armored Legio. Attack that Persian Brigade. Let's pull up our horsemen. I'm gonna try and burn the towers down. The towers are getting they're getting a very significant number of kills on my men. Let's push forward. Armored Legio have engaged here. See if we can burn these towers. Sometimes the pathfinding's a little screwy when it comes to burning towers, so we'll just have to keep an eye on that situation. There's no openings yet where I can get my men into the fort just yet. Let's get my levies amateur up here. My general's safe in the Testudo formation. We're busy. You guys burning the tower? Like I said, sometimes this gets a bit glitchy. That one's burned. This one's not even being torched. That one's being burned. Let's just get into Testudo real quick, protect our guys. Burn it. That one's burned. Burn it. I can't really use my levies amateur to any good effect yet because I don't have any clean shots. Yeah, their towers are now destroyed. Over here, at least. This one will probably get destroyed, though that tower may kill my Lanciarii Signoras. And those aren't like a particularly powerful unit, but they're not like a crap unit either. Let's pull my cav away from that tower that's hitting them. Throw your torches, for the love of goodness! These guys refuse to torch the tower, so this is what I'm talking about when you get the weird glitches. And the tower has already killed some 80 of my men.
Enemy units have rallied and returned to the battle.
Man, is there some reason why my guys aren't torching this? This is wildly frustrating. Torch the tower, please. Yeah, my guys won't torch the tower. So, same thing over here. Well, those guys actually did manage to torch it. They just died in the process. My general's still taking a lot of losses, even in Testudo, to the tower. These guys refuse to torch the tower, too. These are the little bugs that we hope they fix in Attila. That's why some people think maybe I don't like this game because I've complained about things with it. I actually really like the game, and the campaign tends to be very fun. I just get frustrated that after all the bugs that were released in Rome 2, Attila should not have been released with this kind of stuff going on. At the very least, CA needs to start running beta test. Bring in people you trust, get them to sign an NDA, kind of like you're doing with the alpha with Arena, and test the crap out of it. Stop this stuff. That's what I'm saying. I love CA, and I'm not being mean to them, not being mean to the Total War series, or bashing on the games. Just this, it needs to stop. It's ridiculous. So that's all I'm saying about it. Again, not trying to start some kind of flame war here. I'm just trying to give some honest feedback. Holy crap! This tower just will not die. I'll see if this unit can possibly torch it. We've taken a lot of losses because of this. I hope I don't lose any units. I might, but if it's spear units, it's not a big loss. I'd rather not lose my armored legio, but I mean, again, they're not even that difficult to replace either. I'd like to torch this tower though, so that my cavalry don't get shot to death inside the enemy base. These walls have burned down though, actually, so we can get in right here. So let's bring my cav in. I forgot that the fire can spread to the walls like that. Yeah, just stay there in Testudo. You do this. This one can't go into Testudo because there's a unit routing through it or something. It thinks it's in combat. Okay, so my cavalry has penetrated the fort. Now it's time to deal a little death and destruction. Let's get you some close-ups because I haven't yet. Here comes some of my East Roman cataphractari into the back of these Sassanid troops in this nasty, sloggy, rainy battle here. See my brave East Romans fighting that out. And then here's the fight on the other side as well. Get you a little bit of close-up there. Let you see the fires in the fort as it burns while my East Romans capture it. Again, the game looks beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. That's why I get frustrated with the little bugs, because those are the little things in my mind that make the game just absolutely outstanding. It makes a difference between absolutely outstanding and just mediocre, you know what I mean? So we'll let this load back out to the campaign map. Not a pretty battle, but it was fun. AI having that much cav and other stuff, they fortified. I don't know that I got to assault a lot of forts, so I actually didn't lose any units. Go ahead and take on the warriors and send the enemy army packing back into the wilderness. It's not going to be able to retrain back there, I don't believe. So my guys will retrain rather quickly, actually, which should be good. They are in... No, they're in no stance, so they just had plenty of movement points. That's good. Let's see what we can do as far as finishing off the Sassanids. I don't know if I want to go after their agents. Yeah, I do believe that may be the last Sassanid settlement right here. These two. Sassanid. I don't remember if they have another one or not. Let's see what we got going here. I don't have any... Do I have siege equipment? I do. Why is it still giving them good chances? Oh, because they have what's left of that army over there. Let's continue the siege. And let's just take this army here and bust out over here to this settlement. Spahan rebels. Yeah, there's already some rebels back here. That's to be expected. Let's just finish these guys off. Just finish them off. So now the Sassanids are down to their last settlement. when we defeat them in combat, we'll have the option to subjugate them. Could loot it, but I don't really need to. Well, we might as well, because we're going to tick off the province pretty bad. Let's just loot it. Let's see. So these guys here, we need to repair that. Trash all this junk. Yeah, we have the movement points to actually get this army up here as well. Let's just go ahead and do that. There's going to be some rebellions here, but we'll quell them. This will be the quickest way to just take care of the Sassanids here. I don't think this final fight with the Sassanids is even really worth showing. We've had plenty of good fights with them. So I'll just auto-resolve this one on balanced here. We'll take those guys out. Decapitate the Sassanid there. That was great. Little campaign map gore. Now we are going to subjugate the Sassanids. I don't know if they'll stay subjugated, but this should make their puppet states now become my puppet states, and we should see an increase in income as they now have to pay me tribute as well. Let us try it. So that is the end of the Sassanid Wars, folks. So the Sassanids are now, yeah, look, my income went up a pretty staggering amount just from having those few puppet states. Now, the problem is going to be whether or not they stay subjugated, which the AI tends to really like betraying you once they've been subjugated. So this is a problem. What we need to do is just try and improve relations. There's no promise that it will work, but we should be able to get the job done. And if we don't, then we'll just kill them. But at least we took a shot. So like Macron here.
Welcome, friend. Welcome.
Yeah, they don't want to trade with me. Let's see who the other ones are. The Sassanids, they'll probably be the same way.
Be welcome, I suppose.
I mean, I can understand people not really feeling kindly towards you once you subjugate them, but would they really have a choice about a trade agreement? They just got subjugated. There needs to be an option that says accept or we exterminate you whenever they're a puppet state. So that, look, Arya actually kind of likes me. Other. I don't even know what that other is. That's funny.
Do not try my patience with a doubt.
Okay, well that'll keep them happy with me. Plus give me a little bit of needed income. And then these guys probably won't trade with me either.
Greetings, most excellent friend.
Okay. We'll still need to take out the Africans, which we can do, but let's just kind of stick around, build up the land and the economy here a little, and kind of turn the East into kind of an income property for me, if you will. So hopefully make it handy. I do have a lot of food over here, which some people have complained about, and that's understandable. There's other stuff we can do here, but this fertile crescent here between the Tigris and the Euphrates is very good farmland, and that's why I've built enough fields here. But we can build up some other structures in nearby provinces that aren't so good at farming, like this one here. So let's go ahead and convert that to a Roman settlement. Start trashing some of these other settlements. We can keep the gold mine, though. There's nothing wrong with that. We can even keep the adobe dryer just to have more stuff to trade. Tear down this other junk. Convert that. Tear that down. Tear that down. Let's see. Let's just kind of go through some of our eastern territories here. So like Armenia, we've got some stuff to repair. Good. We've built plenty of fields here. Latrines. There we go. We've got a workshop and an auditorium. What do we get through the form tree? I can't remember. This Imperial Library is pretty cool. I don't know if you can just build that in just any town, though, but even a library you get some decent stuff off of. Or yeah, you can, because it's only level 4, not 5. Let's do that. Let's build the form and then try some of this different stuff here. The Tabernet has decent income and stuff that comes from that too. Yeah, let's just build the forum and we'll try some different stuff that we haven't tried a lot of before. Over here, I'll go ahead and build the fountain because we know there's going to be lots of public order or sanitation penalties. Let's take a look at some of these other provinces. Media Atropatene is definitely not going to be happy with me for obvious reasons, like the raging war being one of them. We'll go ahead and build another field here. We've got a local industry. We'll want to build up the aqueduct here. What else do we have here? We got another forum. Let's run that into a scriptorum as well. Maybe see if we can boost our research rate. Actually, let's skip that just for now and see what other provinces maybe have more dire needs. Actually, none really. Let's go back here to Spahan. No, which one was it? It was it Armenia? No. Crap! It's one of these provinces down here. No, it's Media Atropatene, that was it. So yeah, let's go ahead and build the scriptorum here. And then what is this? This is a local industry. We can either go to a tanner or a quarry. Both are 600 from industry. This one gives me +5 from animal husbandry buildings, which is not bad because I do have some of those in this area. I don't want to build it just yet, do I? Let's see what the public order looks like. Yeah, the public order's bad right now, so we won't build it just yet. There are some Armenian rebels up here as well that we're going to need to deal with. Before I forget. And that'll probably make Spahan mad, but we got more armies down there that we can use to kind of backfill that territory. We'll be able to put down the rebellions. It shouldn't be the end of the world. Move this army up to Spahan. There we go. Yeah, so that's about all I can do for this turn. We're still 11 turns from finishing the research. Well, 12 turns from the research that'll help us get the Comes. Let's go ahead and end this turn. We are going to need to save some money in order to pay for the Comes research as well. And that's fine. We can do that. Let's kind of end the turn, see what happens here. So the war in the east finally come to an end for the most part. We still have the Africans to potentially deal with. But other than that, at least for now, the bloodshed ceases. It may open back up, as the Sassanids are most likely to not be trustworthy. But we will help garrison the land long enough for me to overcome the penalties, rebuild the infrastructure, and like I said, hopefully turn it into kind of an income area for my empire, which is badly needed at the moment due to the corruption. And remember, I'm running the corruption at 50% mod as well. So that's one thing that we're all hoping gets patched, I think. The Huns are back in Thracia, so we're going to need to take care of them.
That I made such an offer.
The West Romans want to become my puppet state and are offering me money to do so, so I will absolutely accept that. They have to pay me a tribute, and I'm not protecting them anyway, so it's not like I can possibly abuse them any worse than I already am. Which this basically means that the whole world is at war with me, so it's ancient world at war, basically. And enemy stacks could come to attack me from all over the map, theoretically. But if I start making peace with some of these other people, they may make peace with me. Now look, now I try to trade with these guys and they said no, but now they're going to pay me. And whatever, works for me. Just stop hating. Be my friend. We'll all get along. Yeah, there you go. Go kill some Africans. It's an excellent... Or no, those were rebels. So you can go kill the Africans though too if you want. Heir will be much pleased if you kill the Africans. Oh, that stupid agent there that I just can't seem to get rid of. I need to go start killing the Roman separatists. I've had just about all of them I can take. That would be a pretty strategic location to take too, because I can block off that whole area. So here's going to be the rebels are going to come back at me, and I can probably win this fight. We'll just give it to him though, so I can go ahead and finish the turn in and get you all turn in, rather than making you watch that. Ah, we actually won. So I guess I could have won it because the auto-resolve gave it to me. My Imperium is up. That also means my corruption would be up. Holy income. Look at the tribute that I'm getting off the Western Romans. Wow. Did I just get rich or what? Wow. That is a pretty impressive amount of wealth. That's kind of cool. I never noticed there was lightning and stuff in this little scene. That's neat. I like that. Wish they would have done stuff like that in Rome too also. But hey, I'm not here to do a bunch of complaining. Just playing the game. So let's see what we got. As far as my puppet states go, Macron still hates me. The Sassanids probably still hate me too. They do. But since I'm trading with some of the people who are... The Roman separatists are at war with me and love me because of my actions against the Sassanid Empire. Let's see what that has to do with anything. Parthia is my puppet state, but I can't trade with them. So yeah, not much I can do about that. Let's give them a little money because they're near the Afrigids. So I'll actually be a good parent state.
The necessary burdens of diplomacy.
I'll offer them a small gift. So how about that? Try and buy Parthia off a little bit. Good. And then let's do the same with the Sassanids.
The door is open to you.
Payments.
But if you wish to go beyond the courtyard within, speak.
We'll give them another small gift here too. I gave them one previously. Just to try and, you know, get them to stop hating a little would be the idea.
In time, two things always.
Yeah, they're still not interested in the trade agreement, which is understandable. Let's give it a few turns and see what we can accomplish. Let's take a look at anything else that happened on that turn in. We still have the Spahan rebels that we're going to need to get rid of. So I'm going to try and take care of them here. Okay, we suffered a little bit of desert attrition doing that stuff too, but our guys are safe and back. The Armenian rebels are still up here, so we're going to go chase them down. Media Atropatene is still pretty riotous. Looks like Asoristan is calming down. Persis is not in the best of shape. We do need to do some work here though, so let's convert this to Colonia. I'm gonna actually... Well, I'll leave. I don't want the horse breeder really. Let's convert it to the we'll do one. Let's do the sheep flock. Do the sheep flock on both of those. That building's worthless. I don't need a military building, and I don't need their Zoroastrian building. And then we can we're gonna have a rebellion here on the next turn anyway. We need some stuff to help boost public order, but I don't own the provincial capital, so it's gonna make things difficult. I'll see what we can do. I'm probably just gonna get rid of the die maker, to be honest, so I can build some extra public order boosting stuff. That's all the time I have for this episode. I made it a little bit longer for y'all since I had the discussion at the beginning. Hope y'all enjoyed it. The end of the war in the East. Finally, at least for now. We'll see if there's any rebellions in the East next. But for now, all is quiet. The income just shot through the roof. And we will consider beginning our wars against the barbarian kingdoms. HeirofCarthage, signing off for now on the Eastern Roman Empire.